Hey all, hope you're all doing super well. So recently I've been trying to diversify my microstock portfolio away from travel oriented or a cityscape oriented or landscape oriented images and try to upload a few things that I never really paid attention to before. And I think that's really in part influenced by the fact of the COVID-19, the shutdown of travel, and you get a sort of a narrow focus in your portfolio and you can get really screwed. So that's what I'm doing. And so today I was going to talk about the fact that I'm photographing money a lot. Now, by money I mean currency, so banknotes and coins. And buyer beware, it is a area of focus for many stock photographers. And so there is a lot of stuff in the database, particularly if you're American or European, a lot of American dollar stuff in euro available on the sites already, but maybe you're not in one of those jurisdictions, or maybe you want to get started on this anyway. So what I'm going to talk about are a couple things, sort of what I'm doing, give you some thoughts on my approach in this new area for me, and secondly, or maybe I'll do it even first, talk about some of the rules that come with photographing money, because there are rules that are actually specific to this subject area that you'll find on some of the sites. So yeah, with that, I'll just actually jump into the rules first. With all the sites, basically, I mean, you always get differences in what's accepted and what's not, but as a general rule, the first thing you want to understand about photographing money is you never take shots of the currency that shows just the full bill. So essentially, you don't want to take an image that is just of a banknote with the banknote completely visible in the lens. I think that there's concerns about counterfeit, so they don't want, especially with today's high resolution cameras, they don't want people taking photographs of just isolated banknotes. So those will get rejected pretty much straight across the board, I've found. Because I wasn't looking at the rules before I started, I just started submitting and then I sort of looked into it. But so don't do that. What you need to do is sort of hide part of the bill or of the banknote, crop it out of the image, or don't include it in your composition, or have other props that you're using that will partially block parts of those, or however you do it. Basically, no complete sort of focal point on a 100% complete banknote. The second thing to understand is that certain currencies have specific rules. And so if you go onto Shutterstock's website, I'm not sure how many people know about this utility, but if you go into the support section of the site, there's a place called Legal Center, and there's also submission guidelines as well. But click on the Legal Center and you'll get a breakdown of known restrictions. And if you go to the Objects section in the restrictions area of the Legal Center, you'll see banknotes and currency is one of the options, or whatever it's called. So there's a few rules under here. The first is that currency generally can be submitted commercially or editorial, but commercially only if the banknote's partially obscured. With Canadian bills, you have to upload as editorial only. And with UK pounds, the paper currency, you can't upload those even as editorial. And I have tried that, and I've had a bunch rejected on some of the sites. Some it squeaked through, but Shutterstock will just outright reject UK pound sterling banknotes, regardless of how well you sort of partially obscure it with props. So those are the fundamental rules that you need to know. Now, subject-wise, the great thing about money is it can be a prop in a whole bunch of different categories of stock. And so what do I mean by that? I mean, you can photograph finance-related images, you can photograph education-related images, tax-related, travel-related. Basically everything in life seems to involve money. And so you can work all these different props. You can use different tools like calculators, pens, Scrabble tiles to write things out, sticky notes to write in, and then you just sort of arrange those things around, or using money just to build a nice flat lay. So it's pretty wide open, and there's a lot of categories there, like I said. And the cool thing about money is it's almost a zero cost prop. So you can take money, you can sort of take out some money from the bank, use it as a prop, then put it back in. You can buy different currencies and then sort of exchange them back. So you might lose a little bit of money on the currency exchange fee, but that's not a lot. So you can do that. So there's tons of flexibility, especially if you're looking for more obscure currencies. And I don't mean obscure, but maybe just that don't circulate as much because of the location. And so, for example, what I've done is I'm taking my Canadian passport and I'm using it with multiple different currencies. So I'll have pictures with my Canadian passport with Canadian dollars, and then also with American dollars, and then with euros, and whatever other currencies that I have. I think I had a few others. And if those get traction, then I'll look at maybe going in and sort of getting some different currencies to put with that passport, just because those will sell in different ways or for different buyers. So it's a great tool to get started with object-oriented microstock photography. It's easy. Everybody has a little bit of money that they can throw down on a background or multiple backgrounds, and work with props, like if you have pens or calculators, whatever. It's easy to get started. Okay, so I'll just show you a few examples. Like I said, I'm just getting into this. I'll show you a few examples of images that I've taken, just to sort of give you a sense of some of the things that I'm thinking about at this point and trying to do myself based on the research that I've done. So I'll throw those up, and then I'm going to sign off here. Hope you got something out of this one, and we'll see you on the next one. Make sure you subscribe and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. All right, take care. We'll see you in the next one.